Welcome back to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. I do want to show what we've got to work with as of yesterday. We've got the ability to draw the maps in tiled and then export it so that we have 100 unique maps here. So we do have 100 unique maps, and it's all linked to one overworld map file that we can just draw, save, and then the game will load every, of the 100 scenes we've got. Now, right now, they're all basic. If we look up what we've got here, we can open up what we made yesterday, and we call it, actually, it's in tiled here. This is what it is. So this is the overworld map currently. And we can treat this like a paint application where we just paint with whatever sprites we've got. But the thing is, we've only got, these 10 sprites down here, as well as like these different grass things. So today we're going to be having a pixel art stream where we make some more tiles for us to make our map look more interesting. So that'll be today. I do have a reference for Link's Awakening and what their tiles look like. So like they've got some different water stuff, different daylight grass here, nighttime grass. Overall, it's not too much. It's not a lot of things. Like, they've got a couple different houses, a couple different bricks, chests, posts, gravel, rocks, a couple different trees. Altogether, it's not a lot of stuff. Oh, we need a cave entrance like this. But yeah, altogether, downward steps might be cool. Cool. Yeah, it's not a ton of stuff. But yeah, we do want to make similar things. Like, I know we want steps, and we want bricks, and we want different roofs for buildings and stuff. And then these corner pieces are kind of like the grass that leads up to a water. So there is like let's take a look at where it meets water. I think we will have water in our game. I'm just not sure what that all means just yet. This isn't super high fidelity, but here. The water. Okay, so it looks like the water corners are kind of just like the rounded out grass bits. So like this bit would be right before the water. And then this would be the corner for the water. That makes sense. They've got these little ledges. I don't know what this is. Oh, we do need a pit that you can fall into also. Okay. Yeah, I think we do want a little post of some sort. Wow. Okay. I mean, we get to decide what we want in our own game, so we can add whatever we want. We have to keep in mind that anything we add on here is going to be our collidable map objects. So we can maybe start building out some more stuff down here. Yeah. Okay. What should we start with? I think I want to post. So if this is our reference for what that post might look like, we can make something similar. Now, I haven't really settled on a color scheme or a color palette, but we do want to kind of make sure it's the same colors. I always forget how hard pixel art is. Every time I think it's going to be easy and then instantly reminded how tough it is. Yeah, I am trying to make a little sign here. I'm trying not to, just straight up steal it from Link's Awakening, but I do have it as a reference so I can kind of look at. Kind of looks like a face almost. Okay. So yeah, something like that. I guess we get to decide what background we want it to be. I guess we can make one with a grass background because we've got some grass over here. And then maybe we'll make one with a sand background. Hey, thanks. Hey, did you just find this channel today, Void? I don't think I've seen you before. Oh, nice. Hey, welcome to Twitch. Yeah, I started streaming this year, maybe in February, and I didn't watch Twitch until I started actually streaming on Twitch, and then I kind of I was learning Twitch as I was kind of streaming, but I've loved the community here. Everyone is really cool and chill and nice. So yeah, maybe something like this. So Void, I'll show you what is cool about this. Like we can draw, like we drew it here. It's in this master sheet PNG. And if we export, we actually have to save as. And if we save this as master sheet, we'll replace the one we did have. And then over here, we spawn over here in the village, and we can say, you know what, the village needs a little sign. And I might need to reload this so it can pull the new changes. We should see our little sign here now, and we can just select this sign and place it wherever we want. But one thing I just realized, we'd be able to walk over this. So look, I'll show you, like if we place it right there and we export it as our global map, as soon as we go to play our game, we'll be able to walk right over it. So it's like, hey, cool, it's in our game, but we're able to walk right over it. So we can fix that by just moving where we put it. So like the way we programmed it, if we put in a sprite here, I can take what we drew right here, and instead I can paste it up here, which there's a lot of blank space. But if we were to put it right here, every pixel, every tile that's in these rows here, that's why I highlighted it with the red, anything that is in this row is considered a collidable map object, and you can't walk through it. So if we export, let's say we want one sign with a grass behind, and we want one sign with a sand background, then we can go ahead and make a sand background sign version of it too. And then we export it. Not export, save as a master sheet. And then in our tile, if we reload this, whoa, that freaked me out. Hey, thanks for following, Void. my alert sound just kind of spooked me. So look, now in our sprite sheet up here, we've got a sign here. So we can paste this wherever we want a little sign to be. And then if we want one down in the desert, with the yellow background, we can put one down here too, and it blends in a bit better down there. And then, now that it's in the right column, we can export this, and it's actually save as, I believe. No, it is export. We have to save it as a global map. Export as global map, and if we overwrite the global map, now we should not be able to overwrite our, well, now we should be able to not walk over the sign. So let's see. Cool. So now we can't just walk on top of the sign there. You know, it doesn't do anything at the moment, but we've got a little signpost in there, and we can draw it and add it to whatever map. So I'm kind of curious about that sand signpost. Kind of want to check that out. So like just yesterday we got this working, where we can draw the huge map of all of these tiles and have it populate in here. So there's the sand one. Yeah, that's looking cool. And we can even match it. We can match it to like this curvy sand so that it looks like it's not just a square on top there. We could match it, but since it's, you know, this is just like the first pass at some pixel art, I'm not going to be too worried into it, into making it look super good right now. It's just kind of like, let's have a placeholder for a sign and we'll make it look pretty later. So like at least it's readable now as a sign. I mean, you came in and thought it was a sign, so that was a good success. So, so yeah, we're going to be doing a couple more things, and I've got like, you know, here's Link's Awakening, which is the game that kind of inspired me to do this. It's just really low quality, looks like crap, but I know we do need a couple of things, like we need a pit where we can like fall into. So I want to see if I can find a reference for that pit, and then we'll make our own. Where is it? This one. So it looks like it's just sand color, and then pixel art looks, it always looks so easy, but it is hard to make it look good because there's only 16 pixels to work with, height and width-wise. So it is surprisingly tricky to get things looking good. But yeah, Hole of Doom is what we're working on now. So we know we need like a darker brown, and I'm gonna take the colors we've already got, like this darker brown and lighter brown, and we'll start to make this Hole of Doom. So this app I'm using is called Sprite, and it's just really good for pixel art stuff. It's like Photoshop, but for pixel art. It is now called Hole of Doom forever now. So in my game, when you fall into a Hole of Doom, it actually takes you down into like a world where there's corrupted things. So I can show you, we do have some enemies. We have one enemy right now. I can show you, it's up here. I can probably change where I'm spawning so I don't have to walk so far, but it's just up here through the meadow. The blue is the placeholder for the mountain biome. And then here is the enemies right here. So these guys are corrupted geckos. So see how they're kind of like oozing corruption, I call it. So if you fall into a Hole of Doom, I'm thinking it'll take you into a kind of corrupted biome. Like you fall into the Hole of Doom, and then you know, have to fight your way out of the goop or whatever. And the geckos are based off my actual gecko, Jimmy Chin here. So he's actually a emote on the channel here. And I think he's a subscriber badge too. So he's next to my name because it's a little subscriber badge. So there's like there's a Jimmy Chomp, there's a Jimmy here, and then there's a walking Jimmy, which is really cool. And then there's like a wavy Jimmy. I'm not seeing where it is. Oh, this one. There's a wavy Jimmy. So yeah. So right now he's the only character in the game, other than, you know, the main character. He's the only entity. But there's gonna be a lot more. The game is a lot about kind of environment. So like you don't kill the geckos, you cleanse them of their corruption. So like I use my fire spell here to not burn them and kill them, but to uncorrupt them, and then they walk off, right? Once they were uncorrupted, they kind of like walked off screen. So it's not about like killing the guys, it's about kind of helping them and healing them. Yeah. So that's the kind of vibe I'm trying to go for. You know, not a game about smashing and killing and destroying, but like re-achieving some balance in the ecosystem. So, yeah, so the world starts off corrupted, right? So I've got a whole bunch of ideas for this about like, there'll be like little fountains of corruption that are kind of like bubbling up. They'll be like on the floor and everything. And instead of like in Zelda where you go to the dungeons and clear the dungeons, you instead have to you have to go into the biomes, and then basically once you clear the corruption in the forest biome or whatever, then the forest geckos will stop being corrupted by default. So you kind of have to just like heal each biome sort of deal. So it's like the same idea, you know, just instead of dungeons, it's more like environment stuff. So I want some interactivity for the environment, and I'm still figuring out what that might look like, but you know, getting pixels on screen is like one of the first steps we need to get so we can start testing this. So yeah, we'll make a little Hole of Doom here. And there won't be any programming in this episode today, but we will we'll just be adding some pixel art, but I was hoping yesterday we were going to be adding pixel art, but we basically added just the placeholders for the biomes. Oh, cool. Are you an artist? I mean, I guess if you draw, are you saying you like to draw, or you just like watching it? See, like that looks so square. We need to round it out. Yeah, see how it looks like spikes kind of coming inwards? Oh, nice. So what do you what languages and engines do you do game dev stuff in? Yeah, we need to add these kind of spikes. Okay, nice. I heard some good things about that. I hear, like, you know, that one and Game Maker Studio and Godot people are liking a lot. I am using Love2d, which I found out through the Harvard CS50 game dev course or whatever. See, it's so hard because everything just looks like a square. If you don't, you know, everything either looks like a Tetris piece or a square. It's really hard to kind of find that balance. Yeah, hit me. Oh yeah, gray on like the very, like, not so black right off the bat, but kind of a darker gray. Let's see, kind of ease into the black to give it that depth. Yeah, let's try that. I feel like it needs to be this kind of yellow color but darker instead of gray, so it's kind of like that color getting darker. Maybe. Looks a little green. Gosh, and then it just looks too square. But I think we can add one more kind of layer. It's so tough to make it look good. It's so tough. Oh my gosh, I don't know. It's so it's so hard. So hard to make it look good because it's like it looks okay one way and then starts to look like crap. I agree with you though. I think it would be good to have a kind of gray to ease it in. But maybe that's just like maybe we can try that here. Let's pick this yellow, but let's do it darker. That'll be the not so black hole of doom, and then we'll pick a darker yellow, and that can be maybe here-ish, and then, yeah, maybe a bit more. It's amazing how finicky it is before it starts to look like crap, and then perfectly black. So it's like it needs something. Like it looks too square here, so it's like I need maybe one more range of this darker color to be kind of, I want the shape, because like it looks too square here, so we need the shape kind of creeping in, the shape of these things. Yeah, let me see. I think we need, yeah, one more tall of black, and then we can add more shape with these kind of crawling in, like it's that. Gosh, it's so hard to make it look good. Like, once you look at Link's Awakening and how they do it, it's just like they're so skilled at it. Because it doesn't, like, the pattern is, once you make a pattern, it looks so fake. Because if you look at this thing, there's no like one pattern. It's like there's 2 spaces here, 2 spaces, 1 space, 1 space, 2 spaces, 2, like it's all different. But it looks so good. Yeah, and then mine just looks like a square. Yeah. I don't know. Here, it's tough. Okay. So let's do, I'm just gonna try to like not do any one pattern so it doesn't look so predictable. And then hopefully that makes it look better. So yeah, that's looking like a decent shape. And then let's just go straight to black after that gray. Well, yeah, they've got 3 colors. It's like a light brown, dark brown, and then the dirt. And we've got dirt and then like a light brown, so maybe we do our darker one as well. Okay, it's gonna look like a square again, but we'll add those claw-looking parts too. It is looking, this is looking better. Better than that first attempt, for sure. I mean, it looks like a pit of doom. It does look like a pit of doom. We can see what it looks like in game here. I love that we got this thing figured out yesterday, that we can just kind of export it. So like all we've got to do is go save as our master sheet, and then in tiled we'll have to reload this. And then we can say, hey, give me a sign, and then give me a pit of doom. And right now you can't walk through a pit of doom, but if we go here, save as, no, it's export. Export as global map, then it's already in the game, so that's cool. Cool. So this pit, you know, it's got a yellow outline, so we can make like a grass pit of doom, and then this would be like the sand pit of doom. So we can turn all the yellow into a green and kind of blend that out, and then maybe that'll be the grass pit of doom. And ideally, you will be able to do. You will be able to fall into it, but right now we don't have that coded just yet, so we're gonna just make it uncollidable at the moment, and then we'll add that at some point. So do you have any, we should call it the Void, because of your name, Void. But do you work on, do you have any games that are out or playable? Okay, no, that's okay. Game making is so tough. Like, it takes, you know, I've been trying it as a hobby for 4 years now, and I'm still making like Game Boy looking games. Okay, so we've got a grass pit of doom now. Let's see what that might look like. Yeah, I love Game Boy games. Like, I fell in love with gaming on a Game Boy, you know? So, something like Link's Awakening was always, like, my favorite. Like, you know, it was Pokemon and Zelda. Like, those were the ones. Nice, we got a grass. It looks, I don't know, it looks kind of weird. It looks almost like a spider instead of a hole. But it's good for now as a placeholder. Yeah, it looks, I think it's because the green isn't believable. I think we need like a darker green here. Yeah, the void's looking pretty sweet. I like the grass void. It's looking, I don't know if I like what I just did there to it, but it like in Link's Awakening, when you fall, how he kind of like, he goes face up and then he gets smaller and smaller as he falls into the void. I definitely want to do something like that. Yeah, it's not looking quite, I think the dark green there is a little too stark. I think it needs to be like one shade in between. And then maybe this brown, more of a darker green, more of this darker green that we used to have. Yeah, looking more grass-like now. Yeah, that's looking good. Well, it's amazing how one pixel can throw it all off. Like, yeah, I think I like that. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, one pixel will make or break it sometimes. Like, dude, I was doing the character Tashio, and he's got like a bun, a hair bun, and it took us like 15 minutes to get it to look okay. It's like one pixel off. It like you only had one pixel to kind of indicate that he had a hair bun when he was facing downwards. It was like, it was so touchy. That grass pit is looking good. Yeah. Oh, that's looking good. Yeah, that looks freaky. That looks good. Okay, let's try it. So what I used to have to do what I used to have to do when I would do, like if I wanted to see what a pixel art looked like in my game, let me cancel this. What we used to do is go here into our map declarations, and we had these enums for every tile. So like all these turned into like a number. So if we wanted it at a specific place, you know, we'd be like, oh, well, where are we? Well, we're at 7.3, so we'd go to map 7.3, and then we'd go have to count, like, oh, well, we want it to be just to the right of the tree. Okay, well, the tree's right here, so we want to go 3, 2, and then we'd put grass, you know, pit right here, and type it in like that. But now we've got it where just yesterday we made a whole map of the entire, you know, 8,000 tiles, and we just drew it and then export it. Dude, that's how it was. That's how it was until yesterday. We were doing it like that, where we were saying dirt path, dirt path. So like, I went to, for my website, I went to make like a little demo, and I was like, oh, I just want some more wood over here beneath the geckos, and I want some other grass, and I just have to go in and dig and change this. And I was like, this is not gonna be okay. You know, moving forward with the game development, we have to figure out a better way. So we spent, what, 3 days to make a little data downloader for it, and then now we can just draw it, and it's in there. So now it's super easy. Look how good that pit looks. Damn, that's a good pit. I like it. That's sweet. Yeah, 10 out of 10 pit right there. Love it. Cool. So we can't walk into it just yet, but I wonder if there's an example of the art when Link does fall in. I don't see it. I know there is like maybe 2 or 3 frames of Link falling. Once he falls into a pit like that, he kind of goes face up and then falls. There's no example for that, but then, yeah, we might have some stairs into a pit also at one point. I don't know. We can try making that. I don't exactly know how I want dungeons to work. I think there are gonna be, oh yeah, if they would like blink every once in a while, like every like 20 seconds, there's like eyes that kind of blink and then go back to hiding. That would be freaky. That would be cool. You know, we can add it to the list. We do have, so like if you look down here, we've got the flowers. Oh my goodness. I made a huge thing so I didn't have to, you know, I made it this big because I wanted to cover my bases about however many sprites I wanted to add, and I didn't want to have to redo anything. I don't know, there's probably a better way to do it, but we've got this, you know, animations for the flower here. So we do have a way to insert that animation into the game. It's a little more technical. We can't just draw it because it's 4 different frames, right? So we can't just draw it in tiled and export it. But we do have some up here. I basically have to I have to kind of hard code it, say, see how these aren't animating, but they would be if I wanted them to be complete. I have a couple, I thought they were right here. Yeah, see how these ones are moving up and down? So as long as I draw, as long as I draw a flower there for it to be on when I first come into screen, then it'll change over time. I've set like a timer for it to kind of update over time. So we do have a way to insert those animations. We just have to manually insert, say, hey, at map 1.1 at index 3.2, that's where we want this flower. And this one would be index 5.5 or whatever that is, 6.5. So we do have the ability to add those animations. It's just one more step on top of the drawing. So like for right now, you know, before the level is locked, we can say, hey, there's, well, that one's actually moving too, but for these, I just draw them and they're stationary. But if I'm like want to be done with the level, or like once I'm happy with the level, then I would say, okay, all of these are actually the animated version, so go ahead and insert those on top of everywhere I have these. So we do have that ability. It's just too much work to do right now before we're level locked, if that makes sense. But yeah, I kind of want to make this stair pit. No, you're good. This is a chill stream, you know? Like there's most of the time, I mean, I'll talk to chat just because it's fun. It doesn't bug me. There are times when I'm like in the middle of coding something particularly hard that I'm like not trying to look at chat because it just will confuse me more sometimes, but this is not one of those days. Yeah, exactly. So how long have you been programming? Are you, I mean, because I've been programming video game stuff for like 4 years now, but I still consider myself like the super beginner. It's just such a hard learning curve. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm super glad I started learning. I really love it. Do you have any kind of like dream games you would want to develop at some point? Is that looking like stairs? That's like, it's looking like a gradient, but not really stairs. I think it's kind of readable. Looks like a cliff. Can't tell what it looks like. It looks like, yeah, it doesn't really read as stairs to me, or steps. Kind of does. Nice. Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, it took me 2 years to make my last game, and it wasn't super huge. So I can imagine if you're working on your dream game, you're probably, would you say you're like halfway into it, quarter of the way into it, or far off from that? I don't know. I kind of like that as the steps, at least for like a placeholder. 1/5. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Is it the first bigger thing you're trying to make, or the first thing you're making in general, or what's your kind of approach on that? think I like that for the steps for now. It's just a placeholder. Okay, nice. That's good. Because yeah, I'd recommend, yeah, not have made anything before you try your dream game. But it's good that you've made those tests. That'll help you. There's this shading method. I'll have to look up. There's this shading method in Sprite that you can kind of like pick a color and kind of darken the tones. I'll have to look that up because I want all of these to be more greenish tinted instead of yellow, but I'm not remembering that shortcut at the moment. Nice. Yeah, the one big thing I think we need to work on next for this game is like making sure we can save and load a game. Because I waited until 2 years to add that to my other game, or at least like for saving scores and stuff. And I think it adds a lot. Like it makes it so that it's not just the same blank game every time, but hey, it remembered where we were, or it remembered our high score. So I think that's a big thing we want to make sure we do here in this game, because it's longer than one play session, ideally. Yeah. Yeah, luckily it was pretty easy to figure it out in Love. So I'm not too worried about it, but it is a little tricky to think about all the stuff we do need to save. Like, I don't have a mental model of that just yet, but cool. We've got pit, we've got grass pit, we've got pit stairs. Yeah, I mean, I could reuse a chunk of it. It's like, I wonder if I can find it. We can do, I could probably find some of it here. I want to say it was called like cereal. Crap, I'm not remembering what it was called. There was like a library I used to handle it. I want to say it was maybe... Sear. Yeah, this is it. So someone wrote this code, which I've tried looking through and understanding, and I couldn't figure it out. But it was a way we can kind of save data into... There was a place... I'm forgetting where I load it. But maybe if there's... It wasn't too hard to figure it out with that table. So it's like, it's all about exporting data and then re-importing data, right? So it's like once you go to exit, it's gonna save that to a file, and then every time you load it, it's gonna load that info and populate the correct stuff. So I'm not too worried about it, but it is something. I've been trying to focus on the big, like, bang for your buck features, which is why I got the character animation looking good. I've got the maps being able to draw on. So it's like I'm trying to like hit the things that give us the biggest kind of wow factor, so that we can, like the next big thing is like if we have a bunch of different tiles, we can make 100 different maps and they're all unique, instead of them being all sand or all grass or all blue tile. This is going to be mountain area with a volcano. This is going to be mountain area with snow. This is going to be the forest. This is going to be the desert. And then we have to worry about the underworld too. So like once we have these different tiles, it'll really start to look good. when we're rendering more than just grass or flowers, right? Because most of the thing is just grass or flowers right now. So the big next things are get better sprites, build out a couple better maps, and then we can worry about level design and adding more enemies and stuff, and then worry about all that stuff. But without a place to put enemies in, it's not really good to put, you know, we've got enemies, we've got geckos, but they're not anywhere special, so, you know, gotta just kind of try to make a map pretty, and then we can start to populate it with the enemies and stuff. I do want to do a little gravel thing like this. We've got a little log cabin. I kind of like the natural wood for the buildings. I don't exactly know what the overall style of the game is going to be, but I do think I like the wood. Maybe like wood and stone or something, like castles and wood stuff. So yeah, it'll be fun to keep building this stuff out. I think I want to make a dirt with rocks that we can do, so maybe we'll do that here above the sand. What is the style of this dream game you're doing? Is it, how would you describe it? Okay. I love that. Endless stream, I like that. Colorful casts as in characters or like magic stuff? Cool. Oh yeah, okay. Nice. So is there like a lot of dialogue involved? Is it like dialogue heavy or like story driven, or is it like gameplay driven, or what type of gameplay is it? Cool. Yeah, I'm wanting to do puzzles in mine too. I've got like, I don't know if you've played Animal Well, but Animal Well pulls off a lot of things that I wanted to pull off in my game, which is like I wanted some music. They've got like a flute in Animal Well. We've got a lute in our game. I haven't added that yet, but that's going to be a big part. It's going to be music, and also the puzzles are going to have to do with the environment or the creatures. So it's like you've got to feed some creatures, or you've got to, you know, achieve some equilibrium in the ecosystem somehow in order to solve the puzzles and keep moving. Yeah, it's got... it's gonna be like kind of like Renaissance lute style music for the So like, I don't know if you've played Link's Awakening, but he kind of like goes around and like he gets all the instruments, but you never get to play them yourself. But once you awake the windfish with all the, there's a cinematic where he awakes the windfish with all the instruments. But I want playing music to be a mechanic in the game, so it's gonna be the idea is instead of the dungeons, you kind of work your way to the heart of the biome. So like, let's say we're in the forest biome, we work our way to the heart of the forest biome, cleansing as much as we can, and then you find like a riddle with some ancient like sheet music. So it'll tell you, you'll get the tome of the sheet music, but you won't know where to play it. That's part of the puzzle. So you have to decode the riddle and find the spot where it wants you to play the music, and then once you play the music and solve the riddle, it'll kind of clear the corruption of that biome. That's the kind of current idea. Cool, yeah. So I'm gonna build out a system where it's kind of like Guitar Hero, but instead of Guitar Hero where no matter, like, if you hit the wrong note in Guitar Hero, it always sounds like an awful off-brand note, but I'm gonna actually build it out so that you can, if you play, a certain string and a certain fret, the same sound will always come out. So you still have to play the things correctly, but it'll be more like an actual instrument where you'll get the same result if you hold the same string and fret, but you won't unlock the thing unless you play it correctly. So I'll have to figure out how to do that. I'm kind of interested in how this water looks like animated. I'm wondering if, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of effort. I've done a lot of thinking about it. I think I have a decent idea how to pull off how to play notes, but I don't know how to verify that you're playing the correct notes at the correct time and how to do that. So I think that's the really tough part. I think it won't be too hard to just get notes coming out when you play different frets, but it'll be hard to have, an answer and then you have to play it. Hey, there's that Jimmy. Yeah, we've got a couple emotes here. I like the little walking Tashios, look pretty cool. See his little hair bun walking back and forth when he does that? Nice. Was that your first ever emote use right there with the Jimmy? I'm sure Jimmy's honored that you're... That's awesome. That's awesome. I know Jimmy appreciates it. I'm gonna take this this water and I want to see what it looks like animated. So in Sprite here, I can add a frame here and put the next frame in, because I kind of want to see what type of animation it's got for the water here and see if it can give me any ideas or what to do for that. So Sprite makes it pretty easy to do animation work. Okay, so all I have to do is hit play. Okay, so yeah, it's just water kind of scrolling. One goes left, one goes right, and then it alternates. So that's super easy. We can mimic this really easily. It's just, you know, one loop going left, and they're kind of like, these two are mimicked. Like this one, you know, if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 3 are mimicked, and 2 and 4 are mimicked. And they each go one way. So it's super easy. So we can do this. We can totally do this. I'm curious what these wave ones look like, right? Like this looks like, we can see what these waves look like too. And the music that's playing in the background here is programmed music that I made in Sonic Pi, which is a programming language for making live stream, like not live stream, but like live looping music. So what you're hearing is like literally programmed, and it's happening like as we speak. I can show you what that looks like. See, the Sonic Pi is running right here. So there's the code for it, and then it's running live, like right here. Okay, let's see what these waves look like. I think I might have messed this up. 1, 2. Maybe not. Yeah, they might have a different order of animation. Okay. I'm just kind of curious what their water looks like. The artwork on this one particularly is really cool. Like all the foamy water looks great. Wow, and then they reuse that base. Oh my gosh, that's super smart. So yeah, they reused the base wave of that one we just made, and then they put on top of it all this foamy stuff. So like, it keeps that bottom wave, and it just adds. Wow. Yeah, so I guess this paired with the water beneath it can kind of look like a wave. And the speed is off. Like, I know we can change the speed, but okay. Yeah. Well, we can at least we'll make our water like they did. All our sprites are 16 by 16. I don't know if we've got a blue color we're using. Oh, we do. Yeah, we can snag the same blue color, because we kind of want to keep true to the Game Boy aesthetic. You know, they had a limited color palette, so I kind of want to at least try to kind of stay true to that. So they had one wave that was like So like 2 peaks, 2 troughs, 2 peaks, 2 troughs. I think I want to offset them a little bit. They look a little too stacked. It looks like bone? What looks like bone? Oh, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see it. Yeah, I can I can see it now. But yeah, once it's moving, I think it'll be harder to tell because this is the only it does look like bone. Yeah, okay, here. Yeah, we'll scoot it. We'll offset them a bit more. Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah, I agree with you. Okay. So if that's one of them, we've got to make 1 and 3 move left and 2 and 4 move right. And they've got to end up. It's hard because we have to make sure they kind of end up similar to where they started. So if what I would maybe do is like if we know 1 and 3 are moving left, we want this frame to be shifted to the right about a quarter of the frame so that on the next frame it would be back where it started. So if those two are back that way, we got to make sure we can get what this would look like, which it's hard to imagine this, but so like here's the first frame, it'll be this frame and it moves to that. So we need to move the other ones in the opposite direction. So this needs to move to the right. Actually, yeah, this one's moving to the right. Yeah, we got to move this one to the left so it ends up where it used to be. And we have to kind of take into account what this one's looking like on the left side so that it can blend in. So we have an L like this, so we know that will blend in with the other side by the time we scoot it. And then we can fill in blue. Okay. So if the top is moving to the left, gosh, my brain's starting to hurt. So yeah, it's tough because we have to imagine what the last frame leading into the first frame looks like. So if the top is coming left, if like this top wave is moving left, then the fourth frame, it would want to be just right of it so that it continues to move left and then it hits here. So we have to keep stepping this back, and this should actually have, this frame should have a 1 white pixel at the bottom here, because that's what the left side or the right side of this, once it scrolls off, it should scroll onto this screen. So let's continue to scoot these back. So it's like it needs to move. It needs to go more to the left here. So what I'll do is I'll just take this whole one and I'll replace it on frame 3. And then we know we need to move it a little more to the right. Let me think. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. And the tricky thing is we need to make sure the spacing is equal, because like we need to move, it needs to end up in the same spot. So every 4 frames, every 1 frame of the 4 needs to move about a quarter of the distance to get to itself. So it's like if the peak is here, oh my gosh, it's tough to imagine. Okay, see, yeah, we messed up a bit because the peak is duplicated. Like this is the same peak because this peak becomes this peak by the time the 4th frame is done. So like it only moves like 1 pixel at a time. So we need to kind of duplicate our peaks. So I've got to redo this. Oh no. Yeah, we've got to. Yeah, we oofed up. We oofed up big. What I can do is I can say, hey, halfway through this peak, go ahead and duplicate it, and then we've got the same peak. Well, it's hard. Okay, so yeah, let's just mimic this peak. Okay. Yeah, we want them to be the same peak because they become themselves. So now this peak will become this peak in 4 frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4 has to move. Not so, you know what? I have not, but I've got water here. Thank you. That's called a hydration check. If you're not on Twitch, there's like a lot of channels that have drink music as one of the channel reward or whatever. So like if you look at the bottom there, we've got focus coins on the channel. I don't have a hydrate, but a lot of channels will have a hydrate redeem, and you can remind streamers to drink water. So I appreciate that. But you discovered that without knowing about it, sounds like. Thank you. Okay, so let's delete these. And we'll actually just duplicate this whole frame. So if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pixels of difference between each crest and trough, then we need to move 2 pixels every frame in order to stay even. So let's go to the next frame and we will move it 2 pixels to the left. Then we'll mimic the left side of this, which looks like it's 2 pixels and then up. Cool. And then we'll take the blue, and this will be the matching wave for right here. Then we got to move this one 2 pixels to the right. 1, 2. We got to match its wave, which looks like, I think we might have started this off wrong because the trough has to be, yeah, this pixel needs to be empty because this pixel is empty right here. So we need that empty and we need it empty on here too. And then we can move this 2 pixels to the right. 1, 2, and then mimic the rest of this, which I'm looking at right here. So it's up and down like that. And then nice. Even just that's looking pretty good. But let's keep it going 2 pixels at a time. I want to actually... So the top is going left, so let's go 1, 2. Then we'll mimic what it looks like. It looks like that. Then this goes, it's looking pretty good. I think we'll be done with this in a second. We've just got one more frame to do once we finish this. Now we won't be able to. Hey, thanks for hanging, Void. I appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for the follow and thanks for chatting. Hey, of course. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, have a good rest of the night or day, wherever you are. But yeah, I'm sure I'll catch you later. This will probably be the last sprite I'm working on tonight, and then we'll hit it again tomorrow. We did get a pit of doom made, a grass pit. We've got a signpost. We've got some gravel made. We got, hopefully, about to have water made. then we'll be able to see what the water looks like animated here. I don't know, it's looking like the bottom wave isn't moving the same way. Oh, see, we didn't move. Something's a little jacked up here on this one. We didn't move these to the right. There we go. This is wrong. Let's just look at the top row. Left, left, left. That's so jacked. How did that end up? Okay, I'm gonna duplicate that frame. Copy that frame. We're gonna paste it over this frame. Okay, so this needs to be 2 pixels to the left. Okay, that looks good for that row. And then these need to be 2 pixels, what, to the right? No. That should be right. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, so we'll mimic this here. Oh man, yeah, we messed up. We messed up on, it looks like on here, this pixel needs to be blue. And then this needs to be blue. And then now we can match this. That looks right. Yeah, we've got water. That's looking good. That's looking awesome. Yeah, that looks great. I guess I don't like that the water is the same shape trough. Like it's this 4 and then 2 pyramid. I mean, it looks fine. It's just that I guess I don't like that it's the same In Zelda here, they've got one and then just different shapes. So yeah, maybe, I don't know. It's fine. I like it. It looks good. It looks like water. And once it shrinks down, that looks very water-like. Yeah, I'm curious if there's a way, can we loop this? I know there's like a way we can like view tiled mode, both axis. Oh yeah. Look at that water. Okay, we do need a pixel on the top there, because there's like one line here that they're touching. The trough and the crest of the opposites are touching there. So I think we do want to change that at least. But we don't have any room. I guess we do have room to move every one of these up by one. Then we'll add the blue on the bottom here, and then that should give us that. At least 1 pixel of separation. Let's see what that looks like. Tiled mode and water. Oh, nice. Yes, yes, yes. Looks like water to me. Looks like game water, for sure. I like it. Yeah, I like it. That looks awesome. So what we'll do, we'll put this water, we'll go to view none, and we'll export every frame of this into our global tile map, and we'll put it just right above the flowers because they're both 4 tiled animations. So I'm just gonna go place 1 by 1, not what I wanted. I can't imagine how they would have done this back in the Game Boy era. In assembly language, like crazy. Why does it do that? Why does it hate me? Cool. There's our water. So now, when we want to add this into our map, we can paint it with the first water tile, but then we have to do what we're doing with the flowers, which is an insert animatable function that we have that takes in a range of IDs to loop over, a speed at which to do it, and a location where to insert it. But we have that ability now, and we should be able to get water working in the next day or so, at least in the map. And then we can hard code just a beach at the bottom or something just so we can have it there, or like a little pool. Yeah, we can do little stuff like that. So I'm liking that. I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna export this as, actually save as a master sheet. And then I'm not gonna test it because we'd have to insert the animatable. Maybe we should test it. Maybe we should. Let's test it. Let's try to put a pool of water on the left side there. So I think we're at 7.3. Let's play our game and see. We're at 7.2 actually. So 7.2, we want to insert an animatable. I'm going to look at how we do that. Insert anim. So we've got this. We've got, what is this? I'm gonna mute or shrink these so I can see what I'm looking at better. I do think it'd be fun to get some water working, which would be really cool. Okay. So if we look at this, insert animations, we go and insert into our map. Insert animation. What is this insert animation doing? What just happened? Okay. Insert animation. Okay, so we've got this. Okay, see, this is what's jacked up. We've got. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I like this. Okay, so look, we have an insert animation class, which is like a thing that is like, oh, hey, there's a thing called water, and we're gonna use this function called animSpitter to go ahead, and we need to put in the values, which I don't know off the top of my head, of water. We can run our Python script to check, and what I can actually just do in the meantime is pull up the photo of our Tashio graphics draw nums tiles numbered. It should be the 4 right above our flower. So if we check this out, it should be this 980 to 983. So we'll do that, 980 to 983, and we'll say 980 to 983, and then give it a certain speed of 0.75. I don't know if that's too fast, but we'll see. And then we're gonna go insert into our map, table.insert into map 7.2. That's the frame we spawn on. And we're gonna insert into that animatables table a function called insert animation, and that's gonna take in which place to render it and what thing to render. So if we just try to put in, I want to say it was 1.4. We'll see if 1.4 looks right, and then self.water.frame. Let's see. I don't see it. And we're not even able to walk. And our game's crashing. So, what did we screw up? We've got this animSpitter, inserting into the map, animatables. Oh, it's not insert animation, it's insert anim. Let's see. Well, we stopped like crash. Oh, did you see that? Oh, there's the water. It's not working right. Okay. So it's not animating. We gotta see where we're doing this animatables thing. We just do it here in the insert anim. Oh, we're not updating. Okay, we gotta update our water. I don't know what we're gonna do with this. This has got to be a better way, but look at that. We've got our water, but it's too slow and it doesn't appear right when we're here for some reason. It doesn't appear right off the bat. It's like being, oh, we might be... I'm not sure why it's rendering under scene view, current map, tile row. I don't know when we're calling this insert animation. We do it here in our map. Okay. Insert animations. This is bad. This is bad. What the hell is this insert animation function? What the hell is that? I don't see that declared anywhere. What are we doing? We've got to have this insert animation declared somewhere that I'm not seeing. Insert animation, would that be in our... Where would it be? This is the class, okay. Hey, McKellen, how's it going? Sorry if I butcher your name there, B. McKellen. We're trying to get water rendered in our game here. And we almost got it. I mean, we can walk on it, but it doesn't spawn until we like walk off the screen. So I'm trying to figure that out. Because it should spawn right here. But it doesn't till we go off and back. Yeah, we did I did just check that. And I found the class, like this is the class that we're inserting the animation with, but I don't get why it it only shows up once we go off and back. Like it's like I'm trying to wrap my head around, because like this is just such a jacked up way for me to do this. I don't know what I mean, I know what I was thinking. I was thinking just get it to work, not get it to work well. So I guess I'm just confused at what point is it's running the insert anim here like under in the map. So once the map gets made, that's when we're doing the insert anim. And then we should be updating it here. Yeah, we're updating the animations there. And then we're rendering the tile sheet. So the update, oh my goodness. The update for the insert animation should be modifying the tile ID for the given frame. We're looping through all the animatables and we're running the animatable function. What is going on there? What are we doing there? Animatables. What? Animatables is the table we're storing all. Okay, let me look at animatables. We have an empty table of animatables and we insert into it the insert anim functions. Yeah, there's got to be a better way to do this. I mean, I know there is. I just don't know why. I don't know how to fix it at this point. Because what animatables is currently is just a list of functions of our insert anim. The naming is so screwed up. Insert anim and animatables and insert animation class. Like, what am I even talking about? If we take a look at what insert anim is, okay, so the insert anim is what's actually modifying the ID of that row and column. But yeah, it's the scene view current map. So unless this is wrong, unless for whatever reason our scene view isn't set upon, let's make sure our scene view current, our scene view current map would be working, right? Because that's how we're able to spawn. Okay, so scene view current map should be the 7.2. So we check out our scene. Current map gets whatever map row and column we get. Yeah. Current map should be working right. For whatever reason, I don't know why this is not working. I guess I'm curious, if we go to 1.1 instead of 2.7, does it work there? It's a good place to start. So we'll say 1.1. And we'll see if the flower anims are working here. They're not. It's not till we walk off and back on that they do. That's a little weird. So if we go to 1, 2, those flowers won't work either. Yeah. Okay. So how do we do this? How do we force them to update before we refresh? Or I guess it depends how it's implemented for our man, the insert animation is jacked. Really jacked. Super jacked. Okay. So our map init goes. What is this doing? It's running our insert animation instantiation for the current map. So if we look at what we use what Michaela said, go to definition, insert animation, and it's taking that map in row and column, and we're saying, oh, this is jacked. It's just bad. I don't know what this is doing. Anytime we instantiate this insert animation class, we're inserting into our animatables table for all of our maps apparently a function with like the function of insert anim, which once updated will render the correct frame. And we do update it, and then we render in the scene view the current map. So scene view should be the scene instantiation. This is weird. I mean, that's just the insert anim function, so we're not actually calling that just yet. And we're not actually rendering anything with insert animation, but we are inserting into the animatables table and then updating those things. And then we're cycling through which row and column we're at, and we are running the function in the animatables. We're running each function. Okay, so that's the update. So why would we have to update this and then update the animatables? That's what I kind of don't get. We turn this off. We don't update. I guess I don't get why running the animatables function will execute the insert anim function that's stored in that animatables table. And the insert animation is what modifies the tile ID at the given X and Y, which are baked into the function itself. So why would we need to update the dot water and dot flowers? That's the anim spitter. The anim spitter returns the frame that we're at, and then that's how we're able to say, hey, render it at the actual frame. So if without updating the anim spitter, we don't know what frame to be inserted into our animatables. So I guess that makes sense. But what doesn't make sense is why it doesn't update until you walk off screen. Then it starts updating. Because it's not broken, it's just broken when we start on the screen. Yeah, I don't know. It might have to do with when we're like the render order. Like, I'm curious if I've got something to check. So if we were to move, I could check something. It's not so easy to check though, because let's make it easy to check, because all we got to do is, for example, say, hey, water, you can't walk on water, so why is it down here? Water is a collidable map object, so it should be up here. And we can export this, save as, master sheet. Okay, so we put the water there. It's to the right of this post, which we can get the numbers of that by looking at here and seeing that it should be 101 to 104. So if we go change our animatable to be 101 to 104 for the water, 101 to 104, we'll make it a lot faster too. Just put 2 in there, I guess. And then we want to go where we spawn, and we want to see players spawn. We would want to go to 7-2. Okay, now let's see. So if we can walk over this, it's not right. Okay, well, we put the wrong... What the flip? Yeah, that should be... That's jacked up. That should be... Maybe 102 to 105, maybe? We'll make this 0.25. See, we should not be able to walk over that. This is weird, because the tile map... Yeah, this is really weird. Because those tiles are in the middle of our collidable map object area. Anything that's there should be not collidable. I don't know. We'd have to print up what the tile ID is at that given frame index to kind of see what's going on there, but it's jacked. We know that much. I'm just gonna put 2 more waters there, just so we have like a little body of water once we walk off. We'll continue to work this out tomorrow, because yeah, it should... Like, I get why it's not there initially, but I don't get why it's not updating once we spawn, because it should... Yeah, it looks like we jacked up our export too for that. I don't know why it's jacked up, because if we look at this, it doesn't have those weird squiggles. And if we look at this with the tiled mode, it doesn't have those weird, oh yeah, it does. Huh. That's weird. Well, we'll leave it there for now, because we've had a 2-hour stream already. I don't like how this isn't working. We'll figure it out. I gotta fix this bug, man. If no inputs are held, you're not walking, dude. You're just not. Okay. Well. I don't know, I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. We'll wrap up today. We'll wrap up. Let's check out our Git diff. We've got some new maps we drew, no biggie. We are trying to do the insert anim for the water. It's not quite working, but it's a good start. We'll commit with a message saying we added water anims, but animation only working upon scene refresh, which is incorrect. Okay. Overall, you know, it's cool. We made some new sprites, which is cool. It should have. This should have the updated sprites as well, because we saved that in the master sprite sheet. So I'll call it a night. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will be back tomorrow. We will probably do more pixel art. We might be debugging this stuff. I gotta fix the player walking bug. Sometimes when you switch scenes, it thinks it's walking still, which should not be the case. But we'll figure it out, and we'll keep making progress. We made like what, 6 sprites today, maybe 10 sprites with all the 4 waters. But yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you later.